Welcome. Namaste. My name is Babette. As always, thank you so much for being here and for practicing with me. I do love to hear where you're streaming from, what you're working on, as that helps me get a better idea of the community I've built and am building all over the world, really. So feel free to drop me a note, a comment, and as always, thank you for your liking, subscribing, as that's a free way to support me doing these full-length classes. Today we're going to dive in straight away from the top. So make sure you have a moment, your practice space mat, blocks. Feel free to have some water and a towel nearby, but other than that, just you, your breath, and a moment to dive in deep. Please come to stand at the top of your mat. Take your feet about shoulder width apart, so a little wider than inner hips. Give yourself a moment, an equal stance pose, samasthitihi. Let your hands rest by your side. Just please not locked knees. You can wiggle the toes. You can rock the weight into the front and the back of the feet just to wake up the bottom of your feet and let yourself ground down. Taking a big breath in through your nose, side out. Once more, smooth breath in through your nose. Through gently pursed lips, breathe it out. And then staying with nose breathing. Ujjayi breath, little constriction in the back of the throat. Open up your eyes if they're closed. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, palms touch, bend the knees, sink your seat back to fold forward over your legs, bit of a cascade. Inhale, a half lift, flat back. And then exhale, forward fold over your legs. Next inhale, roll up to stand. Roll your shoulders back, reach your arms all the way up overhead. And then exhale, cascade it over your legs, bending the knees, send your seat back. Find a half lift, inhale. And then exhale, forward fold. Once more, inhale, a reverse swan dive, coming all the way up. And then exhale, hands to the heart. Once more, inhale, swoop your arms all the way up, maybe baby back bend. And then exhale, waterfall over your legs to Uttanasana with wider feet. Inhale, half lift, pull your collarbones forward, widen them and separate your sit bones. And then exhale, forward fold. Maybe grab opposite elbows, take a little ragdoll, a sway side to side. Perhaps a big breath in. A sigh or flutter. Then let your hands come down, heel toe your feet closer together and find a half lift with proper feet, inner hips width apart. Exhale, step your left foot all the way back into a runner's lunge. Have your right knee over your ankle so that you can really lengthen your spine. Tented fingers, fist, or blocks. Inhale, look forward, widen the collarbones. Exhale, pull your hips back, lengthen your right leg. Keep your feet where they are. Inhale, rebend, weight comes forward, look forward. Exhale, bow over, let yourself pull back. Once more, follow the breath forward. Inhale, push through the left heel. And then exhale, take a bow over your right leg. Take a moment. Maybe flex your right foot, pull the toes towards you, looking beyond the big toe. And then next inhale, rebend your right knee, plant the palms and swoop your right leg all the way up and back to the sky. Let's bend the knee and find an open hip. Circle through your ankle clockwise, counterclockwise. Spread your fingers out wide. Next inhale, extend through your right leg, but kick through the heel. And exhale, back to open hip, bend the knee. Pull that heel into your glute. Twice more in, extend through the leg. Exhale, bend, open hip. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Next, inhale, re-extend, face the toes down, point through the toes. Take your shoulders forward over the wrists. And then inhale, shoot it back to your right, down dog split. Twice more, inhale, come forward. Keep that leg up. Exhale, shift it back. Once more, inhale, come forward. And now keep that leg up, shoulders come forward. Bend your elbows back, top of the right foot plants. Flip the left to upward facing dog. And then exhale to your downward facing dog. Going for a big breath in. Side out. All right, let's just take one spinal wave here. Inhale, lift your heels and hips, dome the spine to plank pose. That would be your cat spine. And then exhale, bend the knees, arcing your back. That would be your cow spine. Next inhale, extend through your right leg, down dog split. Exhale, knee to nose. And step the foot through between your hands. Lower the left knee down, untuck your toes. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up overhead, Anjaneyasana. Feel free to interlace last 3 fingers. As always, take a moment to pull the front body open. Keep your core engaged, navel pulls in and up towards the spine. Exhale, let your hands come down, frame your foot. Keep your back knee down, briefly pull your hips back for a half split. Try not to sit on your back heel. Keep your hips about a 90-degree over your back knee. Maybe that means you got to shimmy your front foot forward or your back foot back. Small cow spine, pulling your right hip back, flexing the right foot. Inhale, rebend your right knee. Heel toe the foot a bit farther to your right, finding your supported lizard. Looking forward. Inhale, reach your right arm forward, up and all the way back. Feel free to let the arm hang around your lower back. If you want, of course, you can go for the tail grab, depending on how you're feeling today. But do turn your heart up towards the ceiling. Go for a big breath in. Side out. Carefully let that tail go if you have it, but let your right arm hang around your lower back. Look down, tuck the left toes, push through the heel, knee lifts. Find this 3-legged lizard. And then turn over your left shoulder into a wide forward fold. Let that left hand find the right ankle, calf, or thigh. Keep that right hand around the lower back. Take a moment with your right hand you can feel, so you can lift the left hip. And then exhale, guide yourself into a deeper twist. So that this is quite the twist this early on. Give yourself a moment. Maybe inhale, backing off, rocking the weight in the front of the feet. And then exhale, maybe going a little farther. Carefully release, wide forward fold. Inhale, a half lift. Exhale, turn over your right leg, runner's lunge, and then step the left foot forward, top of the mat to your forward fold. Inhale, a half lift. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, come all the way up, reverse swan dive. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, both arms up, full breath in. Exhale, come forward before you fold. Forward fold. Inhale, that half lift. Exhale, step your right foot all the way back, runner's lunge. Tented fingers, fist, or please grab your blocks. Inhale, look forward, widen those collarbones, push your right heel. Exhale, hips pull back, bow over your left leg. Inhale, follow the breath forward, rebend. It's a ripple through the spine, look forward. And then exhale again, pulling hips back, left leg to lengthen. Once more, inhale, take it forward. And then exhale, pull it back. Take a beat. Maybe flex that left foot, looking forward. And then inhale, rebend your left knee, plant the palms, swoop your left leg all the way up and back to your down dog split. Bend the knee, find that open hip. Knee goes up to the ceiling. Left armpit turns down towards the floor. Next, inhale, extend through the left leg, kick through the heel. Exhale, bend the knee back to open hip. Twice more. Inhale, extend, kick through. Exhale, bend, pull the heel in. Once more, inhale, extend. And exhale, pull the heel in. Inhale, extend, face the toes down, point. Come forward to a one-legged plank pose, shoulders over wrist. Leg stays up, inhale back to your left down dog split. Twice more. Next inhale, come forward, shoulders over wrist. And then send it back to your down dog split. Once more, inhale coming forward. Keep the leg up, shoulders come forward, elbows back. Top of the left foot lands, flip to the right to your upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come back to your breath. One spinal wave. Inhale, lift your heels and hips, come forward. And then exhale, draw it back. All right, next inhale, let's float your left leg off the floor. Exhale, knee to nose, hollow the belly. Look at your hands, step it through. Lower right knee down, untuck your toes. And then inhale, swoop your arms all the way up overhead. So I always just want to take a good breath into that front body stretch. Try not to dump in that left hip. Pull that navel in and up, lifting, lengthening from the waistline up. And then as you lift up and lean back, you can always deepen into the lunge. Exhale, hands come down, frame the foot, pull your hips back. Maybe adjust your feet and or back knee accordingly. Try not to lock that left knee, flex the foot. Doesn't mean you have to have a major bend, but please don't lock it out. And then that little cow spine, pulling your heart forward, left hip back might help. Next inhale, rebend your left knee, heel toe the foot farther to your left, find supported lizard. Looking forward, inhale, reach your left arm forward, up and all the way back. Arm can hang around your lower back or go for your tail, grab pinky toe edge of the foot, turning your heart up towards the ceiling. Go for that big breath in. Maybe a sigh. And then very mindfully let that tail go, but let your left arm hang around your lower back. Looking down, tuck your right toes, lift the right knee, and supported lizard. Three-legged addition. Turn over your right shoulder into a wide forward fold. Right hand grabs the left ankle, calf, thigh, whatever you can grab. Maybe parallel your feet if needed. Go for a little half lift. Rock the weight in the front of the feet. Your left hand is on the right hip. You can feel it. Lift the right hip and then use your arms to twist your chest a bit more towards your left. Go for one more breath. And then carefully release, finding your wide forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, turn over your left leg, runner's lunge, and step it forward, top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, reset. And then exhale, double tap, let it go. Inhale, come all the way up, lead with the sternum, stay out of the low back. Exhale, hands to the heart. All right, we're getting into quite the altered Surya Namaskar A. Lots of hang time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, look forward. You can step back, then lower down, or if you're jumping, bend those elbows back, look forward to your upward facing dog. Flip or roll to the top of the feet to your downward facing dog. one classic round. Big toes to touch. Inhale, shoulders come forward over the wrists. Exhale, slingshot it back. Bend both your knees. Look forward on no breath, step, or jump. A half lift on the inhale. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Push into your feet. And then exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, arms come up. Full breath in. Exhale, forward fold, dive over the legs, fully breathe out. Inhale, half lift, prepare a step back or jump back to your upward facing dog. Press through your palms, index and thumbs, and then exhale, downward facing dog. All right. So the reason I wanted to activate your legs a little bit earlier on was because of this. Inhale, bring your big toes to touch and float your right leg all the way off the floor. Keep the leg up, shoulders come over the wrists, look between your thumbs. Leg stays up. Just bend your left knee, single leg squat to the back of the mat. And then exhale, jump that left foot forward. One-legged hop, and then step your right foot next to left. Forward fold, top of the mat. Inhale, come all the way up hands pose. And then exhale, hands to the heart. Keep it flowing, both arms up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step, jump, float, look forward. Upward facing dog. You're just on the palms and top of feet. And then exhale, downward facing dog. All right, big toes to touch, back of the mat. Inhale, float the left leg. Shoulders come over wrist, high on the ball of the right foot, look between your thumbs. Left leg stays up, bend your right knee, look forward. A one-legged hop to the top. And then exhale, step the left foot next to right. Forward fold your Uttanasana. Inhale, come all the way up. And then exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, both arms up, full breath in. Exhale over your legs, forward fold. Half lift, flat back, inhale. Exhale, your step, jump, float. To your upward facing dog. Enjoy that gorgeous heart opener. And then exhale, downward facing dog. All right, I'd like to activate your core a bit before we go into our next variations. Please come onto your hands and knees, tabletop. No cow spine, no cat spine. Neutral spine, but do knit your ribs in. Find a pelvic loop, so pull your tailbone underneath you. So I'm not kind of arcing, but I'm not doming. But there is quite the engaged core here. Do press the back of the heart to the ceiling. Think pulling your shoulder blades apart. We call that protraction in the shoulder blades. All right, tuck your toes, hover your knees off the floor. Find hovering tabletop. Without lifting your hips up too high. Exhale, tap your right knee to the right wrist. And then inhale, step it back. Exhale, left knee to left wrist. Inhale, step it back. Shift your hips up and back to a shortened downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to hovering tabletop. Engage your core. Don't sink in the low back. Exhale, right knee, right wrist. Inhale, step back. Exhale, left knee, left wrist. Inhale, step back. Shift it up and back to your shortened downward facing dog. And then once more, inhale, come forward, hovering tabletop. Exhale, right knee, right wrist. Inhale, step back. Left knee, left wrist. Step back to your shortened downward facing dog. All right, core has been fired up. Let's call the next thing the kick through. It looks a little bit like animal flow. From your shortened down dog, bend the knees, send your seat way back. Then swivel the left heel to your right. Pull your left hand off the floor and thread your right leg in front of left. So it kicks through, squatting in the left leg. And then step back to your shortened downward facing dog. Let's do it on the right. Bend those knees, butt goes back. Swivel your right heel to the left. Pull your right hand off the floor and then kick the left leg in front of right. You gotta squat back into the right leg and push your left palm into the floor ferociously. And then step back into your downward facing dog. All right, so we're gonna put a couple of things together now. Feel free to rely on some momentum, but your core will stabilize you. From your downward facing dog. On the inhale, float your right leg off the floor. Keep it up. I'm going to take my shoulders forward. Stay or go for a kick up in the same place. Land. And then thread your right leg to the left. Spin the left heel in. Squat into the left leg. And then inhale back to your right down dog split. Okay, we're going to now doing that seamlessly. Inhale, shoulders come forward, look between your thumbs. Go for a kick up, land, thread it to the left, and then inhale back to your right down dog split. Exhale, now step your right foot where your face is. Land on the ball of the foot, knee is bent. Then as that right leg goes to straighten, the left leg floats. Look between your thumbs, lock out the elbows. Maybe this is enough. Or pulse through your right leg. Or on the exhale, maybe kick your left leg up into an L-shaped hop. Use your fingertips to not fall over. Go for another. And then step it to the front. Or walk it to the front. Find a half lift, inhale, and exhale, let it go. Inhale, come all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana, and then exhale, hands to the heart. I'm going to switch sides, you stay where you are. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Inhale, half lift, prepare. You take it back your way. Step, jump, float. Look forward to your upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Slow down your breath, your exhales. All right, here we go. The left leg is going to come up. The left leg is going to thread to your right. Let's bring your big toes to touch. Inhale, lift the left leg off the floor. Shoulders come over the wrists. Look between your thumbs. Bend the right knee. Go for a kick up. Land. Squat to your right. Inhale back to your left down dog split. Gonna go for one more. Shoulders forward. Look between the thumbs. Go for a kick up. Land. Squat to the right. And then inhale back to your left down dog split. Exhale. Step the ball of that left foot underneath your face. The knee will be bent. And then start to lengthen that left leg. Shoulders will stack over wrist. Right leg is up. Don't use your elbows to come up. Lock them out. Use your leg to come up. All right, on the exhale, go for a kick up. Light landings. Use your fingertips. Oops. Don't mean to hit my plant. Maybe go for one more. And then step it to the front or walk it. Go for half lift. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. I'm going to switch sides once more. No, once more after this. We're going to do the kick up, thread through once more, but we'll get to sit down. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, prepare. Take it back your way on the exhale to your upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Come back to your breath. All right, inhale, your right leg lifts. Shoulders come over the wrists, so look between those thumbs. Exhale, kick up. Land, thread to the left, and then just have a seat. Bend your right knee, step your left foot over your right thigh, and come up into a seated twist, facing the left long edge of your mat. Your left hand goes behind you. Inhale your right arm up, and then exhale, twist. That can be elbow cross, it can be palm across. But do gently guide yourself. Try not to force. Go for a bigger breath in. Maybe side out. And then inhale, counter twist to your right. As you come up, step into your left foot, and then step the right foot to the outer edge of your mat. Landing in Malasana, your yogi squat. A little valley here to catch your breath. Maybe go for that bigger breath in and a sigh. Try to bring the outer elbows to the inner knees. If you slide the triceps down, you get a bit of a rounding and you're no longer using your core. So shine your heart forward and release your sitting bones down towards the floor. And then exhale, your hands come down, hips come up, face your toes forward. Maybe you need to take a small step forward on the mat. Let's go for opposite elbows, a little ragdoll, a little sway. And then let your hands come down, heel toe your feet underneath you, half lift. Exhale, double tap, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And then exhale, hands to the heart. Again, last time, I'm going to switch sides. You stay where you are. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, prepare. And then exhale, take it back your way to your upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Okay, last kick up and last thread through. Let's draw your big toes to touch. I think I forgot to say that last round. Let's float your left leg off the floor. Shoulders come forward over wrist. Look between those thumbs. Exhale, the left leg kicks. Inhale, land, thread it to your right. Have a seat. Bend the left knee, heel comes in. Step your right foot over left thigh. Bring yourself upright. Right on top of those sitting bones. Your right hand goes behind you. I like to tent the fingers. Inhale, left arm up. And then exhale, take it over for your twist. So think twisting from the thoracic spine, which starts a little bit in the low mid-back. All the way up to the kind of beginning of the neck. So not twisting from the neck, just twisting from the chest, the sternum. Go for one more breath in. Maybe a sigh. And then inhale, counter twist to your left. As you come up, maybe slide that right foot a bit out so it's on the outer edge of the mat. Step into that foot. Left foot steps to the outside of the mat to the left, and find Malasana round number 2. Soften your gaze. or even close the eyes. All right, your hands come down, your hips come up. Face your toes forward, maybe once more ragdoll, or if you prefer, yogi toe lock, peace fingers around your big toes. Pull the elbows outward to fold over the legs. You can let yourself gaze back. Separate those sitting bones so your pelvis can roll over your femur bones, your upper leg bones. And then let your feet go, your elbows go. Maybe take a step forward. Heel toe your feet underneath you, half lift. We're prepared the pelvic floor, your core, so have a look at crow or crane. Crane is straight arms. I'm going to bring my big toes to touch. Turn my knees out. Your seat has to go back. You can take your hands underneath your shoulders, line up armpits over the kneecaps. Now don't look down. Look at least half a meter, 2 feet in front of you. As you take your knees into the armpits, shins on the triceps. Looking forward, grip those fingers into the mat. You can start to lift the heels, bring your big toes to touch. Maybe start to look down and then slowly lower onto the crown of the head. You gotta shift your hips back, knees glued together to slowly open up into your tripod. Or step back from crow or take a jump back from crow. If you're in Shirshasana B, headstand tripod variation, point through your toes, shift your heels a bit farther back. Maybe you want to take it back to crow. I like to teeter the legs, shift the hips back. You jump back and look forward to come up into your upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. All right, let's take one big breath in. Side out. And then a well-deserved child's pose. Knees nice and wide, big toes to touch. Of course, you can always sit on your shins. Wow, I think that's the first child's pose. Told you we were going to dive right in. So that was primarily some heat building. And we're going to get into our standing series now to get a little bit more into your hips. But thanks for playing. All that dynamic movement, especially the bouncing, is really good for strength in our fascia. I love opening my fascia with yin yoga. I have to upload those classes too. But strength in fascia is great too. A bit of bouncing can help with that. All right, all fours, hands and knees on the inhale. And then exhale, find your downward facing dog. Okay, standing series. If you want a vinyasa to flush it out, go for it. But maybe like, no, I've had a few. We're good. Thanks so much. And then don't do it. I'm not gonna do it. All right, inhale. Let's float your right leg off the floor and your back and down dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it all the way through between your hands. Inhale, warrior two. Spin that left heel down. Find your arms on the horizon. Arc of the back foot intersects the heel of the front foot, or shall I say the heel of the front foot intersects the arc of the back foot. Inhale, flip your right palm, reverse warrior. Do stay committed in that lunge and straighten through that right arm. Exhale, triangle pose. Shift your hips to the back of your mat, reaching forward. Don't lock the right knee, but push into the right foot to lengthen the leg. Left arm reaches up, that down helps you to stay where you are, as well as your core. That bottom hand is light. I very often see this happen to get the bottom hand to the floor. If that's the case, lift up a little bit, lean back, and there's that gorgeous side body opening. On the inhale, come back up to a reverse warrior. Bend your right knee.
And then exhale, warrior two. Let your arms come on the horizon. Okay, arms stay as they are. We're going to find high goddess legs. So pull your left heel in, toes out, really wide, kind of sumo squat. Take your inner elbows to the inner knees, hands to inner ankles, and then try to sit down instead of back, as this really gets into the inner thighs, the groin area. It's kind of like a frog, but you're standing. Okay, take your right hand to the inside of your right foot, maybe on a block. Glue the outer shoulder to the inner knee. What's going on with the left knee? Is it coming in, or can you track it over first and second toe? Then reach your left arm up to the ceiling. And it's a hybrid between high goddess and extended side angle. Then turn your left heel away from you, facing the back edge of the mat, straightening out through the leg. Turn your right toes forward to the top of the mat, and you are in your extended side angle. Maybe even extend that left arm way over your ear. Do make sure you can still press the pinky toe edge of that back foot. Take peace fingers of your right hand around your right big toe. Press those metatarsals down with the big toe mount. Keep that toe lock or release it as you open up to triangle with yogi toe lock from the floor up. Pull your tailbone down towards your left heel so you don't stick your booty out. So you want to pull your pubic bone towards your collarbone. Oh, sorry, not your collar, your sternum. Those together so you don't stick your seat back. Keep the toe lock if you have it. Left hand lowers. Bend your right knee. Pop the left heel off of the floor. And then exhale, step left foot next to right. Top of the mat. I'm going to take it a bit back. If you had let go of the toe lock, take it again. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Inhale, pop your right heel off of the floor. Right elbow, inner right knee. Now look forward and up. Knee is bent as you come up to stand. Find a superhero on the heart is straightening through the spine. Left hand can come to the hip. Now get steady on your left leg. And then the lengthening as you kick your right heel forward comes from your right sitting bone. Nothing changes in the spine. And then carefully swing your right leg out to your right. Keep that superhero in the heart. Don't hold your breath. Try not to stick your butt back. Pull the right hip underneath. And then swing your right leg forward. Bend the knee in. Switch out your hands. Left hand grabs the pinky toe edge of your right foot. Right arm reaches way, way back. Kicking through the right heel. Finding your standing series here. Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana A, B, and now C. And then carefully step right foot next to left, hands by your side. Big breath in, side out. Inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms up, chair pose. Have your big toes touching, heels fist width apart. Hands come to the heart, pop your heels off the floor, glue the inner knees together, and then slowly have a seat on your heels. For your toe tuck stand. Reach your arms forward, palms up for counterbalance. And then exhale, shift your heels down, have a seat. Come on tippy toes, 90-90, straight legs. Maybe even a yogi toe lock around your big toes. Try to pull your heart up. So it creates a bit of a cow spine. So you can sit on that fleshy part above your sitting bones, kicking through the heels. Try not to around the back, so pull your heart open towards the ceiling. Then let your toe locks go, widen your legs wherever you are, and then in control, lower them down to the floor, kind of hard. And then maybe scoot back a bit. Widen your legs a little bit. Walk your butt bones back. So again, cow spine, here's an anterior tilt of the hips. And then walk it forward into your
Wide forward fold, your Upavishta Konasana. Maybe kick through your heels to activate your quads, stretching the hamstrings. Every breath in can be a little cow spine, sticking your sitting bones back. And then every exhale can be a little farther forward. Go for a big breath in. Maybe a sigh. And then on the inhale, walking your hands back. Take them behind you, fingers face your seat, plant your feet underneath your knees. A reverse tabletop, lifting the hips, push into your palms. Maybe let the head drop. If your head is dropped, look forward. Pop into the balls of your feet and walk your feet underneath you. Glue inner knees together. Shift your weight forward so you can come back up into your tiptoe stand. Hands to heart, heart over hips. And then exhale, take your hands, my apologies. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, T-twist, right arm reaches back, left arm forward. Stay in the twist, but hands come to the heart. Left elbow goes across to the outer right thigh. Stay high on those tippy toes. And then exhale, push the heels down, shifting into twisted chair. I'm gonna walk it a little bit forward. Try not to let the left knee come forward. Keep your knees level. Let yourself now sit back and then maybe down a bit. As you look down, pop into the ball of your left foot. Shift your chest forward and then take your left foot slowly back, giant step back into a twisted lunge. Make sure you're pushing through the left heel. As you can see, I'm shimmying my foot farther back to get the length in the leg so that I have more stability without that wobbliness of a kind of bent knee. All right, inhale, reverse warrior. Spin the left heel down, right arm up and overhead. Exhale, cartwheel it down. Inhale, pop the left heel, right leg back and up, down dog split. Bend the knee, open hip. Maybe for a rock star, bringing your shoulders forward to tip that right foot behind you, coming into the outer left foot. Keep it stacked or roll your heart all the way up to the ceiling. And then inhale back to your right, down dog split. Full breath in. Maybe coming forward, one-legged plank. Perhaps that one-legged chaturanga to your upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Go for that bigger breath in. Maybe a sigh. And then take a brief child's pose or sit up on your shins. All right. So we got half a side to go. Maybe small sip of water. And then we'll get going. All right, find your hands and knees. And then exhale your downward facing dog. As always, if you're like, not sure about the length, take a plank pose. Your shoulders are over the wrist, heels over the balls of your feet. And then shift it back as you don't want to shorten it too much. Yes, your heels can come down, but then often I see this compromise in the back, hunching in the shoulders and lots of weight forward in the shoulders and wrists, and that can hurt. So make sure your down dog is the length of your body. Inhale, let's float your left leg off the floor. Exhale, step it all the way through. And find a warrior two. Spin the right heel down, up and overhead. Energy through your arms. Next inhale, flip tip, reverse your warrior. That's such a fantastic side body opener. And then exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Pushing into left foot, reaching right arm up.
And see, you can pull that left hip underneath you and then draw that tailbone back. Maybe for a moment, lift the left hand and see that you're using your core. And then inhale, come back up to reverse warrior, bend the left knee. And then exhale, warrior two, let your arms come on the horizon. Finding high goddess legs, turn the right heel in. Pretty wide stand so that you can open up in side angle nicely in a moment. Inner elbows to inner knees, hands to inner ankles. Try to sit low, not so much back. I like a little sway side to side. And then place your left hand to the inside of the left foot, maybe block, glute outer shoulder, inner knee. Check that right knee, track it first and second toe. So sitting down really helps. And then inhale, reach your right arm up. Woof, I feel that. All right, your right heel, turn it away from you, straightening out to the leg. Outer blade of the foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat. Turn your left toes forward, extended side angle, Uttita Parshva Konasana. Maybe reach your right arm over your ear. Peace fingers of your left hand around your left big toe. And then slowly pull that open into your triangle with toe lock, or forgo if that's a bit too spicy. Try not to collapse in the shoulder. Create space between ear and shoulder. And then look down, right hand lowers, bend the left knee, pop the right heel. Exhale, step right foot next to left, top of the mat. I'm going to shimmy a little bit back. Inhale, half lift. If you've had let go of the toe lock, try it again. Peace fingers around the big toe of the left foot. You can bend your knees to make that happen. Left elbow, inner left knee. And then inhale, look forward and up. Take that left leg with you. Come up to stand first. So I often see people kick that left leg right away forward. Make it about your standing leg, your right leg. Hand on the hip. And then slowly start to kick the heel forward. It doesn't come from your spine. It comes from that left butt bone out the left heel. Stay with your breath. Swing the left leg out to your left. Bend the knee as much as you need to. Steady gaze. And as you swing the leg forward, bend in the knee. Right hand goes across. Grab the pinky toe edge of the foot. Left arm reaches back. That's your counter twist, so to say, or your counter balance. Heart over hips. You can have the left knee bent if you like. Go for one more breath. And then step your feet together, top of the mat. Big breath in, side out. All right, let's draw your big toes to touch, heels, fists width apart. Bend the knees, arms up, chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart for balance. Pop the heels, glue those inner knees together, and then sit all the way down onto your heels. High in the balls of your feet can prevent your ankles from splaying outward. Reach your arms forward and then slowly sink your heels down. Have a seat. Go for tippy toes, boat pose, Navasana, 90-90, straight legs. Big toe locks, hold onto your ankles or wrap your forearms around your calves. And then inhale, pull your heart up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, maybe pull yourself in closer. It's for your kind of boat pose variation of Paschimottanasana, your forward fold. Then let the legs be wide, and in control, lower them all the way down to the floor. Again, walk your sitting bones back, maybe widen the legs a little bit more. Turn your sitting bones back, anterior tilt the hips, and then again, once more, walking it forward. Maybe you want to grab your ankles or peace fingers around the big toes, pull your chest forward. Or if you want to look into Kurmasana, your tortoise pose, bend your knees, heels come in, flex the feet.
Lift the chest, flatten the spine forward. Hands underneath your legs, palms facing down. Don't look down. You're going to round your spine. You want to look forward. Find that cow spine sensation. And then slowly start to kick through your heels. Being very mindful. The more you straighten out through the legs, the more it will press down onto your arms. You want to find that long, tall spine. And wherever you are, let's find your breath. All right, big breath in, side out. If you're in tortoise, the way to come out is to bend your knees, pull your heels in, and then you can take your arms out. Let's take your hands behind you, fingers face your seat, either reverse tabletop or lengthen your legs long, heels on the floor, toes toward you. Perhaps you want to try reverse plank pose, big toes down, such a hard shape, woof. And then look forward, reverse tabletop if you're coming from reverse plank. Pop onto the balls of your feet, walk your heels underneath you, and then walk it forward back to tiptoe stand, hands to heart. Switching things up, hands come down, hips come up, forward fold. Heel toe your feet as wide as the mat. We're going to look into one, maybe two arm balances. Bhujapirasana, shoulder press pose, and your Titi Basana, aka firefly. Bend your knees, your seat goes back. Maybe take your blocks on their lowest height behind you, as some people like that support. I'm not a massive fan. All right, walk your hands between your legs away from you. Work your shoulders behind the knees. Cup the back of the ankles with your hands. And then slowly start to straighten out the legs. Squeeze the outer shoulders with the inner thighs. And maybe like, you know what? This is enough for me today. Or plant your hands behind you, fingers face the heels, maybe on blocks. Looking forward, land your hamstrings onto your triceps. Gotta look forward. Find your pelvic floor, fingerprints. Maybe lift one foot, maybe the other. Or cross one ankle over the other and then kick your heels forward for your shoulder press. You can swap out your ankles. Maybe release and extend through your legs for Titi Basana. And then step your feet down. Coming out can be a bit of a pain. Feel free to make fists in the hands, circle through the wrists. Or heel toe your feet a little closer together and slide the palms of your hands underneath your feet for Parahastasana. Padas are your feet, hastas are your hands. A little half lift. And then exhale, forward fold. Dig your toes into the wrist to give them some love. And then let that go, whatever you chose. Half lift. Turn your big toes to touch, heels, fists width apart. Bend the knees, reach the arms up, chair. Exhale, hands to heart. Pop the heels, sit on the heels. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, T-twist to the left. Stay in the twist, hands to heart. Hook right elbow to outer left thigh. Stay onto those tippy toes. Then shift your heels down into twisted chair, Parita Utkatasana. Level out your knees, keeping the integrity of the twist. Looking down, pop your right heel. And then how slowly can you step your right foot all the way back into that twisted lunge. Find the length of your back leg. Push through the heel, breathe into the lower back.
And then inhale, reverse, warrior one. Spin it around. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Inhale, pop the right heel to left, down dog split. You can bend the knee, open hip. For rock star, take your shoulders forward. And then tip that left foot behind you. Keep shoulders, hips stacked. Or roll your heart open towards the ceiling. And then inhale, swivel back on the ball of your right foot to left, down dog split. Come forward if you want to one-legged plank, maybe a one-legged chaturanga, to upward facing dog. And then exhale your downward facing dog. Go for a big breath in, side out. And let's inhale, float your right leg off the floor. Exhale, pigeon pose. Knee behind the wrist, let the leg be. Walk your left knee and foot back, go for a little lengthening. And then exhale, fold over. Maybe this is enough for you, as you're coming close to an hour at this point. If you wanted another twist, you can come to palms and take the left elbow in front of right knee, coming to lie on the left upper arm, left cheek. And maybe wrap your right arm around your lower back while the left hand rests on the right shoulder. Shoot, you want a real pretzel. You can bend your left knee and maybe reach back with your right hand for the big toe edge of the foot. And you'll get a really lovely psoas, especially quad stretch. While you're in the twist, shoulder opener and hip opener. Go for a bigger breath in, maybe a sigh. And then let that tail go if you have it. Let's come onto your palms. Maybe a little heart opener. And then let's take it back. Tuck the back toes. You can swoop your right leg up. Maybe you want just a hip circle. Maybe you want a rock star. Maybe you want a vinyasa. Or just a spinal wave to flush it out. And then let's take it to the opposite side. Inhale, lift the left leg all the way off the floor. And then exhale, find pigeon pose. Your shin doesn't have to be parallel to the front edge of the mat. You can go for that little lift. And then exhale, folding over. And if you wanted that twist, come back to your palms, right elbow in front of left knee, coming to lie on your right upper arm, right cheek. You can let the hand rest on the left shoulder. Maybe left arm around your lower back. You can try to hold on to the big toe. Or for full tail, okay, we're good. Just want to check my mic. Grab the big toe edge of your right foot. Oh my goodness, I feel that. Go for a bigger breath in. Maybe a sigh. And then carefully letting that go. All right, coming back to your palms. Maybe again that little front body opening. And then you can draw that back to your down dog split. Any movement. If you wanted a last vinyasa, spinal wave, even knees, chest, and chin, all good. And then let's slowly lower down to your hands and knees. I'm going to adjust my music. Swivel your feet out to one side so that you can come to lie on your back. Where are we? Okay, here we A little windshield wiper of the legs. Now we did quite a few twists. We did some rock stars Anjanayasanas, front body opening. So probably prepared for a back bend. If you don't want any, maybe you simply want to take fish pose, legs straight, point through the toes, thumbs underneath the fleshy part of your seat. Hug the elbows in, keep pointing through your toes, and then you can press into your forearms to lift the chest and drop the head. Maybe lift your legs, maybe reach your arms overhead, palms touching. Otherwise, perhaps you want to take bridge pose, neck long, flatten out the lower back. Hands by your sides, you want to graze the back of your heels with your middle fingers. Push into the feet to lift the hips. Try to press into big toe mounts to lift the hips without the knees from splaying. You can walk your shoulder blades underneath you and interlace your fingers. And perhaps you want to play with lifting the heels and bringing them down. Or maybe you want to even lift one leg and switch out your sides. If you want, you can always take your hands behind your, or to the sides of your ears, fingers facing back. Maybe you want to come up into your wheel pose. You can always come onto the balls of the feet to give yourself a little bit more space, and then you can push them down. And you can slowly make your way onto the floor. Perhaps again a little windshield wiper. I like to draw the bottom of my feet together for your reclined butterfly, maybe one hand to heart to belly. Some people love plow and shoulder stand. Some people don't like it in their neck, so feel free to gauge if this is something you want to take to start to slow things down. But reclined butterfly is plenty. You can take your Shavasana there, or let the legs be about as wide as the mat, feet flop open, hands by your side. Palms can be up or palms can be down. Palms down is a bit more grounding. Palms up is a bit more receptive. I highly recommend you let your eyes close or find a soft gaze or even take a towel over your eyes. As you give yourself a few moments to be in this state of rest. You worked hard enough. So we do an hour of movement to find embodiment through some effort, to find embodiment through the releasing of tension through movement. And here we seek that sensation of, or felt sense of embodiment through ease, through letting go, which is actually much harder. You know, it's not so hard to pick up on intense sensations or a lot of feedback, but here where there's stillness in the body, there has to be a sense of wanting to inquire, to scan the body, and maybe have conversation with certain areas that hold tension, probably from a little while back, not from this morning. So chronic tension tends to linger a bit longer. It's a bit harder to locate. So here, kind of gently seek out the long muscles of your back, and they smooth out a bit more, all the way to the skin on the back of your skull, to the skin around the eyes and the ears. separating your teeth so that the jaw can relax. Can you invite a bit more heaviness into your shoulders so that they're not hovering off the floor, but that you really let gravity draw them down? Letting your belly be really soft. Giving inner outer thighs permission to release. And let yourself really be held by the floor underneath you. And if you can spare a few more minutes here, I highly recommend to take them, or maybe even 10 more minutes if you can. It might be nice to draw one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly, just to thank and acknowledge that inner teacher. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Please let me know if you have questions. Let me know what you're working on, what you want to be working on. And until next time, thank you, friends.